Hello and welcome to this review of the CR42 Falco by Italeri in 1/72 scale, and I absolutely adore this aircraft. This is a biplane used by the Regia Aeronautica, also used by the air forces of Sweden, the Flygvapen, and the Belgian Air Service, and the Spanish Air Force who retired it in 1948, so that was the last Air Force to retire it. This project was going to be a lot grander than it is now, and I'm really sad that it's not, but that was just an unfortunate consequence of a hard drive fail, so I lost almost all the footage for this, and I couldn't recover it because it was no longer on Twitch either. So this is what we're going to get today, but it's still going to be amazing. We're going to interlace it with some footage from War Thunder, which was part of the original Grand Vision I had, and I'm going to be flying it with my friend and moderator on Twitch and Discord, which is Salty. And they were flying the J11 variant, which is the Flygvapen version, and I'm flying the CR42 with almost the same skin as this kit, which was the Italeri Battle Britain Anniversary kit. So that's absolutely amazing. I built my plane from War Thunder as a model kit. What the hell, like, so cool. Fiat CR42 is an aircraft that I think is symbolic of the Regia Aeronautica's reluctance to push for modern monoplane enclosed cockpit aircraft in the earlier stages of the war, and the pilots were well known for saying things like this, such as with the MC200 and with the G50, saying they don't want enclosed cockpits, and not really loving the lack of maneuverability compared to aircraft like the CR42. So it was just, I don't know, you could call it like I guess a fan favourite among the pilots, and it's a fan favourite for me too. And I don't just mean the aircraft. Italian aircraft are really close to my heart. If you haven't seen already, I did an article on why I built an SM-79 and why it meant so much to me. But no, I mean this kit itself. Italeri, you did such a good job, honey. The instructions were so clear to build a biplane, and I think they can be quite confusing to build. I mean, this isn't, you know, the most complex kit in the world, but for someone who is as perhaps ditzy as me, it can be really important to make sure that everything is straightforward. So when I opened this kit and I saw the instructions and how well labeled everything was and how clear everything was, I was mind blown, because when I've been building kits from lots of different eras and manufacturers, from KP to Airfix. I built Trumpeter, I built Ravel, I built Subvada, I built so many, and this is one of the best I've seen. Now, in terms of painting, this was something else that I guess I wasn't sure of. Italeri also has their own paint range, and as do like Hella, Ravel, Humbrol, everyone, and their dog, and their cat, and probably the goldfish, has their own paint range. But fear not, honeys, because I found pretty good comparisons. We have Ochre number 88 in Ravel Aqua Color that I'm using as the base coat. We then used a combination of Olive Grün or Olive Green, which is number 361, and Dark Earth, which apparently has no translation on it from the German, that's just Dark Earth on it, which is number 82. Those are the colours that I primarily used for this. As I say, we use number 88 as the base, and it's like the perfect beige. And I've held it next to my SM-79, which I think I used Humbrol colours on before. Actually, no, I think I even used like an Italian set I bought for it. And this looks really good next to it. So the colour of this seems to be like almost perfect for Italian aircraft, which is fantastic. So for any World War II aircraft you have out there that are Italian, this seems like the trinity that you want to use. But yeah, Ravel Aqua Color, again, perfect on Italeri apparently. Now, finishing the overall painting was quite hard, and I'll be really honest, I'm not 100% satisfied with what I've got on there. So the sort of markings on there are sort of a blotchy effect, and I did it on an MC200 I had that I've no longer got, and that looked great, but for some reason I couldn't get sort of the dopply lovely effect that this has. I think I didn't take enough time. I probably should have done lighter layers and taken longer to do it. However, it's not the end of the world. You know, what we got in the end actually looks pretty good. I think for this one in particular, I tried to follow the actual camouflage pattern that was on there, which I've never really done before. I normally use it as a guide rather than what I'm actually going to do. It's an inspiration, you know, here's the model you could have made. But in this instance, I actually went for it. I tried to make that model, or that actual marking scheme. And I think that's probably why I struggled a bit more than usual. I think I still got a really good result in the end though. I'm really pleased with the model that I've got. You can see the yellow I've got as well, and this is a combination of Humbrol, which I think is 69 off the top of my head. It's the one I use on my yellow jacks. Girl, that paint goes everywhere. Like, it's the main yellow I just use. But I also got this number 12 by Ravel Aquacolor again. That's the one you can see me using there, and it looks okay. It wasn't the best paint I've ever used. I did previously buy one that was like a luminous yellow by accident, and that was no use. But yeah, this one seems okay for it. Be prepared to paint a billion coats. It is worse to paint than white. I think yellow is well known, both in that and even in makeup, for being a really hard pigment to get concentrated and dense. So just expect, if you're going for the yellow Battle of Britain scheme, you're probably going to need to take your time. If not, spray paint that cowl, cowling even. Again, like Humbrol style, I've got it over there. I've got the yellow spray paint because I did it for my yellow jets, because it takes so long to get a really nice finish. So you can do that. That's one way. It's really satisfying to be able to build my aircraft that I fly in War Thunder, as you can see here, and I really enjoy flying. It's what I regularly take out in War Thunder, but it's really nice to be able to see that aircraft come to life as a model kit as well. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this video was to highlight gaming can come into other things too. I think model building as a whole is something that is viewed as an old person's hobby, I guess. And I wanted to show that this isn't just for older people, it's not just for people of a certain gender, sexuality, race, anything. Like, this is for everyone. Model building is just a joyous thing that anyone can do, and you don't have to have people be around, because when you get to my age, sort of in your later 20s and early 20s, when I actually started doing this again, you'll find that people are starting to get married or engaged or whatever, and you can do model building on your own. The same way you can do War Thunder on your own. And I do want to just really clarify, I'm not sponsored. I've played War Thunder since it pretty much came out. I don't know, I really wanted to sort of highlight that, you know, my passion for aviation and anyone's passion for aviation, there's so many different ways to explore that and enjoy that. The underneath of the aircraft is also aluminium. I think I forgot to mention that earlier on in the video. So I thought these were just like a flat like white or an off-white colour, but no, they're aluminium underneath. Who knew? I certainly didn't. So let's talk about the actual model bit a bit more, I guess, because I've gone on a bit of a tangent here. But again, the construction, as I said earlier on, is fantastic. The struts all fit together really nicely. There wasn't a single bit where I didn't really know what I was doing, which is more than can be said for a lot of model kits I built, where you're sort of like, oh, does this go here? Does this not? The cockpit also is really nicely detailed. There's enough decals that go into it that give it a real sense of life and liveliness. There is a little viewfinder that clipped off for me into the ether, so I made my own for that, and it looks cute still, so I'm still happy with it. I think it looks great. Honestly, I think it looks really good. The overall molding of the kit again is superb. There's not a lot for me to criticize here. I'll be really honest with you. Normally there's loads of things to criticize, but there isn't. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I did not know Italeri built such great kits. I've only built, I think, one before, and it was a rebox of a previous brand. I think this is their own original model from what I recall, so either way, it's done to an incredible standard. So I thoroughly would recommend this kit to absolutely anyone who wants a nice CR42. It's just so good. Anyway, I think we're pretty much reaching the end of me painting it here. Unfortunately, again, just huge lost footage. I didn't have me putting the decals on entirely, but we did do that. There were only a couple to put on here. We're also going to have a look at the finished pictures. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen here today, please feel free to follow me on Twitch as Miss Modeler. You can see me flying in War Thunder or building model kits live for you to enjoy. Hit the subscribe button, it really does help me out, and let me know in the comments below, what model kit are you working on, or what other aviation related thing are you into at the moment. See you later. Bye. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed what you saw here today to see more content as it comes. You can also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/missmodeler to watch me play these games live and chat with me. See you later. Bye.